Sunscreen is a crucial part of any skincare routine. Whether you are trying to fight hyperpigmentation, maintain an even skin tone, fight the visible signs of aging, or avoid skin cancer, you 100% need to be wearing a sunscreen, even if you have the most melanin-rich skin. But there are many mistakes that people are making. Even as a board-certified dermatologist, some of these mistakes even I made. So let's make sure that you are not making any of these mistakes, starting with mistake number 1, which is neglecting sunscreen for those with skin of color. Yes, our beautiful melanated rich hue gives us some form of natural protection, but it's about an SPF of 7 to 10, which is certainly not enough. And we're more prone to dark marks, hyperpigmentation, melasma. So it's crucial for us to wear sunscreen to help to protect us against these things. The more melanin you have, the higher likelihood of you getting something called PPD, which is persistent pigment darkening or delayed tanning. PPD refers to the prolonged, long-lasting darkening or increased pigmentation of the skin that can take weeks to several months to fully fade, even after the initial tan fades. By using sunscreen daily, you can help to prevent PPD and other UV-induced hyperpigmentations and help your skin to maintain a more even and glowing complexion. And yes, we can still get sunburned too. Even though our sunburns don't necessarily look or feel the same as those with fairer skin, they still cause a lot of skin damage. Healthy collagen and elastin fibers are key to having a beautiful, youthful complexion. Now, they get broken down with excessive UV exposure. Our built-in melanin protection helps us delay some of those visible signs of aging, but it will still catch up with us. And it's super important to remember that no one is completely immune from developing a skin cancer. Regardless of your skin tone, wearing sunscreen is beyond important for optimizing your overall skin health. It protects against oxidative stress, DNA damage, and inflammation. Mistake number 2 is using an insufficient amount of SPF. You definitely want to use an SPF or sun protection factor of 30 or higher. Using anything less than that is doing a complete disservice to your skin, and you're not having adequate protection. The higher the SPF tends to be, the better. You want broad spectrum, meaning that you have both UVA and UVB coverage, and you want visible light coverage too, especially if you have more melanin-rich skin that is prone to hyperpigmentation or melasma. This often comes in the form of antioxidants or iron oxides. If you're doing a water activity, you want to look for something that's water resistant and make sure to apply it right after your water activity. And so often from my patients or even on social media, I hear that the sunscreen has given you a darker complexion. Using the sunscreen made my skin darker. So it's often not that your sunscreen is giving you a darker complexion, it's that your sunscreen gave you this false sense of security and you seeked more sun than you normally would. This can also be secondary to the fact that you didn't put on enough sunscreen, or you didn't reapply your sunscreen after 2 hours, or that you used the wrong sunscreen that was irritating or sensitizing to your skin. Remember that irritation can lead to hyperpigmentation, which brings us to mistake number 3, using the wrong sunscreen for your skin type, your skin tone, and your skin concern. Choosing a compatible sunscreen for your unique skin is absolute key. It's the most important, because if you don't like how it looks, if you don't like how it feels, you're not going to wear it. And if you don't wear it, it doesn't work. You want to find a sunscreen that can actually cater to your specific concerns. For normal skin, consider a lightweight, non-greasy option that absorbs easily into the skin. And if you want to keep it super simple, choose a sunscreen that has a moisturizing component to it so that it can maintain hydration, acting as both your moisturizer and your sunscreen. A really great mineral or an organic option, the Summer Fridays Shade Drops Mineral Milk Sunscreen. A great chemical/organic option for this would be the Supergoop Unseen Sunscreen, or the Daily Facial Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 40 from Trader Joe's. For dry skin, opt for sunscreens with added moisturizing components to it, like ceramides, glycerin, or hyaluronic acid to really help to moisturize the skin. So cream-based sunscreens are those with a more thicker consistency, tend to be really great for dry skin. This one is the Dew Glow Moisturizer SPF 50 from Naturium. The name lets you know everything you need to know about this finish. It definitely leaves a nice, beautiful, dewy glow. And then if you're looking for a mineral option, I really like the Supergoop Daily Dose by Retinol Mineral SPF 40. For oily or acne-prone skin, make sure that you are looking for sunscreens that actually call out oil-free, non-comedogenic, or non-pore clogging formulas. That way you can avoid exacerbating your breakouts. Gel oil, mattifying, or super lightweight options tend to be the very best for oily skin because they absorb very quickly and tend to leave either a semi-matte to matte finish. So if you have oily, acne-prone skin, you really want to consider reaching for a sunscreen that has zinc oxide in the formula. It doesn't have to be the only filter. This is actually a hybrid with both inorganic and organic filters, but zinc can really help to absorb some of the excess oil that's clearly associated with oily, acne-prone skin, and also zinc has a lot of great properties for acne. So one of the sunscreens that I recommend literally all day to my patients, and it's a huge patient favorite, is the Elta MD UV Clear Broad Spectrum 46. So this comes in both tinted and non-tinted options. And again, it's a hybrid sunscreen, which really helps with the blendability of the sunscreen. So this was the clear one, and then the tinted, of course, has the iron oxides in there, which can really help if your acne healed with hyperpigmentation. Now for combination skin, we really have to walk this fine line of using a sunscreen that can help to control the oil in the T-zone without clogging the pores in the T-zone, but still be hydrating enough for the other more dry areas of the face. So two sunscreens that I think do this very well because of the additional ingredients in the formula are the Naturium UV Reflectant Antioxidant SPF 50, again PA++++, or if you want a mineral sunscreen, this is the Fenty Visor Mineral SPF 30. So they both walk that fine line and can be really great for those with combination skin. And for those with the most sensitive skin, you're gonna wanna look for sunscreens that actually call out that they are formulated for sensitive skin. These tend to be free of dyes, fragrances, masking fragrances. This one is also free of lanolin, paraben, and formaldehyde releasers. So this one is the Vanicream Facial Moisturizer SPF 30. It is formulated with ceramides, so really helpful for those with sensitive and dry skin. So here in the US, when you have sensitive skin, most dermatologists are going to recommend that you go with a mineral filter or a physical filter like zinc oxide or titanium dioxide, just to minimize the risk of irritation. But outside of the US, there are so many beautiful filters that are chemical or organic filters that are suitable for sensitive skin, but we are just a little behind times. For hyperpigmentation, high UVA and visible light protection is extremely important. So this is when you're going to look for sunscreens that are either tinted, like the two that I have here, or call out visible light protection. It's important to note that the effectiveness in these ingredients that claim blue light protection definitely needs more research and is not fully understood. But if blue light protection is something that you are seeking, at least look for blue light protection to be claimed. So this is the MD Mineral BB Cream SPF 50 and Deep. Let me just show you guys because it is deep. That is a very rich color. And a more affordable option is the Cult Flawless Complexion in the Richly Tinted, again SPF 50. So these are both mineral options. You can see the difference in the color there. But one is much darker than the other ones. They both actually blend very nicely onto the skin, but you definitely want to apply these in layers or else it's gonna look a little too cakey. I'm trying to show you half and half. That's how the coat looks. And this is how the MD Solar Science one looks. And the MD Solar Science has a couple of different shades, but I wanted to make sure to show you guys the richest shade. And then the coat has, if you are traveling or if you don't live in the United States, these are really great for sun protection. The La Roche-Posay Anthelios UV Immune 400 has incredible protection against the long UVA rays. Mistake number 4 is not using enough sunscreen. So many of us are actually underestimating the amount of sunscreen we need for full protection. You want to use 2 to 3 finger lengths of sunscreen for your face and neck and a shot glass amount for your body. You really do not want to skimp on the amount of sunscreen that you're using, which is why it's so important to find a sunscreen that you actually like how it appears on your skin. Because I often use a mineral-based sunscreen, I have to apply my sunscreen in layers so that it doesn't give me that white cast and feel too heavy on my skin. And definitely we cannot rely on the SPF or the sunscreen that's listed in our makeup, on the brushes, or in sticks or sprays. You really want to think of this sunscreen as a bonus this because we don't use an adequate amount to actually get the SPF protection that's listed. Mistake number 5 is using expired or ineffective products. You definitely want to check the expiration date on your sunscreen to make sure that it is still effective. Sunscreen ingredients are breaking down and degrading over time and making them less effective, and therefore you're not getting the protection that's listed. Also, make sure that you're getting your sunscreen from a reputable place that meets safety standards and doesn't compromise on efficacy and quality. Mistake number 6 is not applying sunscreen daily. Yes, you need sunscreen every single day of the year. Raining, you need sunscreen. Snow, you need sunscreen. Cloudy, you need sunscreen. Whatever the condition is, you need a sunscreen because sun can penetrate through the windows, it can penetrate through the clouds. And remember, it's not just about the UV rays, it's also about visible light, which is always present. So you need sunscreen every single day. Mistake number 7 is forgetting to reapply your sunscreen. So many of us, including myself, do amazing. We put our sunscreen on in the morning and then the day goes by, we have sun exposure without necessarily really expecting it, and we forgot to reapply our sunscreen. You want to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours or so when you're getting direct sun exposure. Oftentimes we are stuck in a building without any windows, and I am not going to harp on you to reapply your sunscreen in those times. Even I don't. But if you are right by a window, you definitely want to reapply your sunscreen. If you're going to be going out for lunch, you definitely want to reapply your sunscreen. If it's time to drive home for the day, reapply your sunscreen. So be mindful that reapplication really matters. That first morning application is not enough for the great majority of us because we are still getting sun exposure throughout the day. This is especially true if you're going to be on vacation, you're at the beach, you're at the park, you're at a game. Those are the times that you definitely want to reapply your sunscreen every 2 hours, or if you've been in and out of the water, or if you've exercised and sweated all of the sunscreen off. Mistake number 8 is neglecting to wear sunscreens when you're putting your skin at higher risk. For example, those UV lamps when we're getting our nails done, make sure that you wear sunscreen or UV protective gloves whenever you are putting your skin at higher risk to UV damage. Mistake number 9 is not properly storing your sunscreen. You want your sunscreen at room temperature and in its original package. You don't want to keep your sunscreen in the car or in any really hot climate, and you also don't want to transfer your sunscreen from the original package to a secondary package. I'm guilty of having done this in the past, but you definitely don't want to do this. You want your sunscreen to be in that original package, in that original seal, because that is the packaging that was proven to be the most effective and the most stable for that particular formula. Mistake number 10 is skipping the hard to reach areas and the often neglected areas. So we're talking about things like your lips, your ears, the back of the neck, the back of the hands, the shoulders, or the hard to reach places on your back or the back of your legs. These are often places that I actually have to diagnose and treat skin cancers. So make sure that you're not skipping these areas, and yes, they make SPF lip balms. And really important, guys, don't rely solely on sunscreen for your sun protection. Make sure that you're wearing things like your sunglasses, your visors, or your hats. UV protective clothing can be really helpful for the body. Seek shade between the most UV aggressive hours of 10 to 4. You can even use umbrellas. There are so many things that you can do outside of sunscreen to help to protect your skin from UV rays. I hope that this video was helpful for you and you can make sure to avoid these common skincare mistakes. Please let me know what you want to see next time, and until next time, everyone, be well.